Hey, you guys, welcome to Miss Walker's third grade classroom. So, what I wanted to do was go over a couple of procedures and things that I wanted to share with you that I normally would have done during orientation or meet and greet, but we weren't able to do that, of course, with this year's changes. So, I wanted to just dive right in. So, this is my family that I wanted to introduce, and I hate I'm having to do it virtually. But in the crazy world we live in right now, this is the only option we had. So, this is my husband, James, and this is our little girl, Lily Grace. And it's just a pleasure to meet you. And I've already gotten to know your kiddos and how sweet they are. And it just reflects on what wonderful parents already have. And you all should be very proud of your children. They've been very respectful and very sweet. So it's been such a joy to meet them, and I just wanted to introduce our little family. So in our classroom, I wanted to let you know, I normally would share this with you the first night during our meet and greet, but I always try to let you know what our discipline plan is so that you can know what's happened and what's taken place in the classroom if you have had to see conduct marks or something like that. So I work on a 3-strike conduct system. And that means that it's going to start out with a verbal warning if there's a behavior that's just, unacceptable. Then they're going to get a verbal warning for strike one. And normally, I'm going to be honest, sometimes I give them 2 or 3 warnings depending on the severity of what's going on and, of course, the situation. But that strike one is verbal. And then strike two means I'm going to give them visual representation. Either myself or they will write their name on the board. One of us will write their name on the board. And a lot of times that visual representation, having their name up there on the board, kind of kicks them into gear and makes them realize Miss Walker's serious. It's time to get back on track. And a lot of times that's where it just can stop. Now, if the behavior continues, that's the 3rd strike for them, and they know 3rd strike, you're out. So you get a check mark. And that means that they'll lose 5 points on their conduct sheet for that week. And those conduct sheets will come home every week. Eventually, we're wanting to send those home on Seesaw. So at some point, we won't be sending home sheets, but it'll just be like a picture of their conduct sheets showing if they got any check marks or anything like that. But I really try to teach respect in my classroom. If they respect each other, they respect me and other adults and each other's things, then I think they'll be great. If they're respectful with one another and what we have going on, then this, discipline plan will be very easy for them to follow. But I did want to share this information with you. So a lot of people have asked me, what is school looking like for my kid? What is it? What's going on in the school? I can't even come in the school. Well, it is a lot different right now. One of the main things, we don't have any visitors in the school right now. We don't have the lunchroom visitation where you can come have lunch with your child. We don't have classroom parties right now. There's a lot that's changed, but there's still a lot that's the same, and seeing their sweet faces has made it so worth it. But, mask and shield is always required. We have a lot of new procedures. There's new car rider procedures that I'm sure your kid can tell you about. We have sanitizing stations all throughout the building. And then we are oftentimes you'll find us washing our hands. Well, we've even went back over how to wash our hands. And I told him, I said, I don't think you're in kindergarten. It's just this is the best practice is I got to make sure we know how to wash our hands. And there is a method to that. So you'd be surprised at all the procedures we have tried to make sure we're doing correctly just to protect one another. And on that note, one of the best ways you can help us is by making sure your kids are healthy, okay? Healthy kids can learn the best, okay? So if your child wakes up and they have a fever, they don't need Tylenol and then go into school, okay? If your child wakes up with a fever, please keep them home. They have to be symptom-free for 24 hours. That means no medicine or anything to keep the symptoms down. That means without any medicine or any aid, they are symptom-free for 24 hours. Also, speak positivity to your children, please. Children are exactly what they hear. If they hear a lot of negativity or how horrible this is or ridiculous, then that's how they're going to feel about what they're doing. Okay, so I try to encourage, stay positive, speak positive with them as much as you can. Make sure, if you can, to always make sure that they feeling okay with what's going on around them, because it's a crazy world right now, and they just may want to talk to you about what's going on and how they feel. And they're always welcome to talk to me too. And you are as well. So if you ever need anything, I'm always on Seesaw. You can always shoot me a message. Now, I keep it open at school, but sometimes I can't get right to it if I'm in the middle of a lesson or something. But I do check it a couple times during the day. So you're always welcome to contact me on Seesaw if you ever need me or ever need anything, or if you have any questions about anything that I've gone over tonight. And I'll do check-ins every now and then, but of course, you can always send me a message with anything that you might need. I appreciate each and every one of you and what you're doing for these kids and what you're doing for us. And I'm just praying we have a wonderful year. Thank you.